With clickorlando.com, this is News 6 at 6 a.m. Getting results.
Now on News 6 Mornings, outrage and support over that Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. We're getting new reaction from local leaders who support that decision. Jonathan.
We've been putting a dry start, a couple of showers offshore. Some of those are going to sneak on, like just what we saw yesterday. We're going to pinpoint the timing of that in a few minutes.
Good morning, Central Florida, and happy Sunday. You're watching News 6 Getting Results. I'm Jerry Askin in for Amanda Castro. We're going to miss Amanda, but we're holding it down this weekend. Guys weekend.
Guys weekend for sure. We are going to pinpoint a couple of those showers. Meteorologist Jonathan Kegas on this Sunday morning. A muggy start again. Okay. Certainly yesterday, like we're talking about, it was hot.
We turn now to our continuing coverage of that Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe v. Wade and giving the issue of abortions back to the states. Throughout the weekend, we have brought you strong reaction from local Democratic leaders, Planned Parenthood, and even major companies concerned and not happy with that Supreme Court decision. And now we're hearing from Republican lawmakers in Brevard County. News 6's James Barbero spoke to two of our local Republican leaders.
Like this Cape Canaveral church, Brevard County Republicans give a much different opinion on the Roe v. Wade decision than Central Florida Democrats we've spoken to.
A developing story this morning we're following. Troopers say a teen is dead after a crash on I-95. They say he was just 16 years old, riding a motorcycle in the southbound lanes near Highway 1 in Volusia County when something happened and he overcorrected. According to troopers, he ran off the road and hit a guardrail. The teen died right there on the highway. Troopers have not yet released that young man's name.
Their message to us was do something. I don't know how many times we heard that. Just do something. For God's sake, just do something. Well, today we did.
And for the first time in almost 3 decades, new gun safety measures in the U.S. have been signed into law. The president signing the bipartisan gun safety bill, the first of its kind since 1994. I spoke to a local lawmaker to get their reaction on this legislation. President Joe Biden signing the bipartisan Safer Communities Act into law Saturday. He said it's aimed at addressing gun violence and is the first major federal gun safety legislation in decades.
While this bill doesn't do everything I want, it does include actions I've long called for that are going to save lives.
The action coming after recent mass shootings in Uvalde, Texas and Buffalo, New York. It toughens requirements for people between 18 and 21 to buy guns, denies firearms from more domestic abusers, and helps local authorities temporarily take weapons from people judged to be dangerous.
The shootings that happen every day in the streets that are mass shootings we don't even hear about. The number of people killed every day in the streets. Their message to us was do something.
It also includes millions of dollars in funding for mental health, school safety, and crisis intervention programs.
Jerry, it is about being sick and tired of seeing innocent people being gunned down in innocent places.
Democratic Congresswoman Val Demings of Orlando backed the legislation. She said there's still more to be done, but it's a step in the right direction.
We have a responsibility, the health, safety, and well-being of Floridians, the American people. That's our primary concern. So let's do our job and get it done.
This coming after the U.S. House and Senate passed the measure late this week. Many Republicans also vocal about the matter. Gus Bilirakis of Tampa Bay voting no on the bill. In a statement Friday, he tweeted in part, quote, "We will not make our communities safer by restricting the rights of law-abiding citizens who wish to exercise their Second Amendment rights to protect themselves and their families." And as we get more reaction about this new law, of course, we'll post them at clickorlando.com.
This is News 6 at 6 a.m. Getting results.
An update to a story we first brought you more than 2 years ago, and it's all about a pretty cool dinosaur statue. We're talking about the unique oddity at a DeBerry salvage yard and the concern from the community after the property was put up for sale. And our News 6's Crystal Moyer joining us now with what will happen to the statue.
There will be a mixed-use development, but the exact details on what will be going there wasn't immediately available.
You know, I'm so happy Crystal followed that story. How cool is it for Dino?
That's awesome. I love the amount of people that lined 1792 there.
Right, just to
on
watch
a Monday
it.
morning. That's fantastic. And it was parade in itself.
Parade and everything. He was clean, too.
Love it. Love
Jonathan
it. Jonathan
Kegas joining us now. We hope to see some relief with the heat.
Yeah, we'll get some in the form of a couple of downpours later this morning. But if you're missed the rain, you're going to be a little out of luck today. Still hot, but not as crazy hot as what it was last week. More of our typical mid to late June pattern is returning.
Those 70s for the lows look really good, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to continuing to be very, very humid outside, but yeah, for sure. A little bit better than where we were.
My sweat rag will be out and about. You know it.
You will need it. I know.
I know you're tired of hearing about that.
No, I'm not. We've needed it. It's been brutal outside. Anybody has to work outside.
Yeah.
Like you especially.
That's right.
It's been nasty. At least a little bit of relief. Take what we can get.
Thank you, Jonathan.
You got it.
Thanks for joining us this morning on News 6. Don't forget, we're always on at clickorlando.com. Have a great day.